Everyone, welcome to Vlogmas Day 13. I just got out of the shower, did a quick walk this morning, did some yoga. I think it's like maybe 9:15, so I'm on the ball this morning. That is because we were supposed to have an oboe lesson this morning, but unfortunately the oboe teacher had messaged me and said one of her I don't even know what is with me this morning, the grammar. One of her kids is sick. So it always makes me think. I've been watching, okay, this is a major tangent, but I have been watching a lot of British makers lately with their Vlogmas and stuff. And I just have to say, for all you Brits out there, I love how you say, I was poorly or they were poorly. Because in America, as a word nerd, someone who was an English teacher, that would be grammatically incorrect because poorly is a adverb, which for grammar school lesson, that would be a word that modifies a verb. And so you can't use it as a verb. It's an adverb. You need a verb to go with it. So it fascinates me. I love how different cultures speak, and I find myself, after watching a lot of British makers on YouTube, I find myself saying things like, he was poorly, so we couldn't go. Anyway, that was a major tangent, but I just had to share that. Anyway, I am about to go have breakfast, get things going. The good side to not having an oboe lesson is that I accidentally double booked us for 10:30 this morning for a piano tuning and an oboe lesson, and one of my kids was going to have to do the piano tuning. Guy let him in and whatnot, but now I'll be here, so I won't have to worry about that. So I'm going to have some breakfast, get Lincoln going on school, so that I'm ready for the piano tuner guy to get here, and then we'll be off for the day. So I hope you're having a good start to your Wednesday, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye. Hello again. I am back to share with you my advent calendars for the day. It is about 4:30, as this seems to be my typical time to come to you with my advent calendars, and I'm upstairs again. And yeah, the day wasn't as busy as I thought it was going to be because we didn't have to go to Obo, but every day seems busy. I don't know, it's just the rhythm of your daily schedule, right? You just have things to do, and that's how it goes. So anyway, I did get a little bit of time this afternoon. You will have seen that I ripped out the cowl I was working on. Maybe I'll show that to you first. I was thinking about it. I think when I was watching a Vlogmas this morning, maybe. I don't remember. When I was walking on the treadmill, I was thinking about the project, and we have a friend. Hey, baby girl. I was thinking about the project and what I was liking about it and what I wasn't liking about it. And originally I had this idea that I was going to make it kind of like a textured cowl where I was going to do different textural stitches every once in a while. And then I decided what I really was liking. Actually, I had some dark blue yarn in my kitchen, in my cupboard, which sounds like an odd place to have dark blue yarn. However, I think it was left over from something, and I didn't bring it upstairs right away, and I don't ever leave yarn out because of all the cats that we have. And so I put it in my cupboard, and when I opened the cupboard, I was like, oh, maybe I want to do more variations in blue in the cowl, but keep it simple, keep it just stockinette stitch, because I wasn't loving the way the texture stitch was coming out. So anyway, I ripped out what I was working on, and I decided that I'm going to hold, this is Mama's Boys Surrey Fluff. It's actually a fingering weight Surrey Fluff, Surrey alpaca, so it's a little bit thicker than like the fingering or the lace weight mohair that you see a lot. So I decided I'm going to hold that double with another fingering skein of some sort. So this was the skein that was in my cupboard. So like, I think this Underwater Adventures Very Fun Yarns is going to be kind of like my main light color. And then I'm going to use this one. I think this is like Nerd. I can't remember. If I remember, I'll put it on the screen. Don't have it in this one. And then I have some Lavender Loon, which is very similar but just slightly different. Let's see if I can make it's like an ice cream cone of yarn. Has anybody ever read that book by Grover? When I was a little girl, Sesame Street, there was this book that came out and Grover was the main character in it, and it was like he worked at this ice cream shop. I don't know what the title is, but if you know what the title is, share it down below. But he worked at this ice cream shop, and there were like 30 flavors or something, and he had memorized them all. And then, of course, these two kids come in, and they're like, I don't know what I want, mister. Can you tell me all the flavors? And it was 26 flavors because there was one for every letter of the alphabet. And he would go through all the flavors, and then he'd like start to put the scoops on, and then at the end, they like all fell over. Anyway, sorry, random tangent. Today is the random tangent day. But that's what this feels like. Okay, so we've got these two colors. And then my lovely friend Caitlin last year made me this beautiful, well, not me specifically, but we were at a knitting like weekend getaway, and she was spinning up all of her like little bits that she had on her, what are they called? There goes my yarn. I'm not a spinner, but she was spinning up all her little bits and applying them together and giving them to us. And so this was my bit, and this is about 30 grams, and it's like a fingering to sport, I would say, so it will work in this case. But I thought, won't this be beautiful? Let me see, I'll grab my other one that just took a spill. Hold on. Okay, here I go. Let's see if I can do it. Oh no, I better not do it that way. So anyway, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of alternate light and dark. And I'm going to hold the fluff with it. So it will definitely lighten up these darker colors. So then it will just be, I feel like I'm going to sneeze. think it's gone. It will definitely just be a stockinette stitch around, but I'll be playing with the color instead, which is what I think I'm in the mood for. I might have a look in my mini skeins to see if I have any more blue, darker blue ones, or ones that have some of this kind of color in it to go with it. But isn't that pretty? And I wasn't sure what to do with this, and this will be perfect because, so I definitely want to use all that up because it's hand spun. I don't want any of it to go to waste. So anyway, so this is how much I recast on, and I've only gotten this far, but I haven't worked on it for very long, so I'm going to work on it again tonight for a little while. I know what I was going to tell you. Yesterday I was working on the heels to my socks, and I'm kind of over my sock stripe knitting for the month of December. We learn things about ourselves when we do Advent knitting, I feel like. And one of those things I've learned this year is that although I do like the idea of a stripe a day, I don't think I really love doing 2 socks, or in my case, I'm actually doing 3 socks simultaneously at the same time. I don't know. It just is not, I don't know. I'm kind of done. I guess I've already knit a sock and a half, technically, if you think about it, in the last week and a half. So I'm kind of like ready for something different. So although I am going to still knit on those socks, my forearm also was starting to get sore, so I needed a break. But I'm going to take a couple days off of the stripes, and I am kind of ahead. I did do 2 of the 3 heels. So I did one of the Freckled Whimsy and one of the Very Fun Yarns one. So I do have those, and I can start up with the stripes. So I might just continue with those 2 and leave the other half of the Freckled Whimsy second sock for like later in the maybe new year or whenever I'm feeling like it. But yeah, I'm kind of not in the sock place. So this will be perfect. And I did decide to go with the size US 6 needle instead of a 5 because it is going to be held double like this because it goes around and around, and it will be plenty. The thickness will be, the gauge will be just fine and plenty warm, and it will make it go a little faster and save me a little time. So that is the plan with that. So that's my 7 minutes of yapping about my project. So let's do the Advent countdowns. So Very Fun Yarns today is called Clara, and this one is definitely going to blow out some. It is a very pale pink with, it's kind of almost like a rosy pink, and then different tones of yellow, but it's hard to see. When I think of Clara or Maria, sometimes depending, Clara is traditionally the name in the Nutcracker, the ballet, for the main character. But I think of very soft colors. I have seen very soft yellow like this. I've seen a very soft pink. I've seen sometimes red, like a burgundy, but more often than not, I have seen very soft colors in Clara's costume, which is how I picked this color. And the color, or the little note for today is, take an everyday occurrence and mix it up a little. Take a different route home from work or school and notice the differences, the colors, textures, shapes, sounds, maybe even smells. Seeing things from a different perspective keeps our creative juices flowing. So yeah, simple thing today to just sort of keep you thinking creatively. Just do something a little different, do it backwards, do it a different route. I know when we used to have a dance studio that was on the other side of town, and for fun, we would take different routes and we'd see which one was the fastest, because there really was no direct route there that made sense. And so we'd see which one was the fastest at different times of day. Sometimes the kids would like count how many yellow cars and how many blue cars and how many silver cars and that kind of stuff, just to kind of mix it up and make it a little more interesting. So, all right, my girl here, Miss S'mores, she misses me when I'm not upstairs, and hi girl. And I haven't been upstairs much today, so she is walking behind me and like nuzzling up my back as I talk. Very distracting. Okay, we are on to day 13 of Yarn Ink, which, remember, we were in blues. Oh, this is interesting. Now it's a bit of a, it's a little lighter. It's kind of a bluish gray. Let me pull out day 12. I bet we're going to go into grays maybe next. And so we're adding in, I bet she added in some. So here is yesterday, and then here's today. It is very hard to tell the difference on camera, but when I look at it, it's similar, but the one for today has, it's a little lighter. It's got more of a gray tone to it, but very pretty. Okay, I'm afraid that if I don't put these back in their bags as we get farther along, that I'm not going to be able to tell which one comes next, which, in all honesty, is that really the end of the world? It is probably not. It'll just be the way that I see it. But somehow I feel like I should put them back in their bags. Okay, close that up. So that is it for the Advents today. I don't know what we're having. Oh, I think actually my husband just came home. He had his holiday party at work today. So he got to come home a little bit early. And I think he is going to make dinner. He said something about making pad thai with some seasoned tofu, which sounds really good to me. Tonight, pretty much, I'm just chilling out. I'm relaxing. I don't think I have anything on my list yet today. I'm going to do laundry and stuff like that tomorrow. But tonight, I'm going to kind of take it easy and maybe watch some more Christmas movies. I have been seriously binging the Amazon Prime Christmas movies, which some of them are very cheesy, very Hallmarky, which I like. I like a good Hallmark Christmas movie, but definitely not like high quality cinema here. Just sort of feel good movies for feeling cozy in front of the fire. So I'm going to get to that. I'm going to clean up my mess here and hopefully find a few more blue mini skeins to put in my cowl, which I'm really excited about making now. There's something super fun about all the colors. I think that's what it's so fun about opening Advents, is all of the different colors you get every day as you go through the month. Okay, I am rambling here and there's a cat meowing at me outside the door, so I will see you later, and I will probably not come to you again in my person talking to you until tomorrow. So have a great night and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.